Lyndsey Bird is from Telford and District Light Operatic Players. Lyndsey, good morning.
Good morning.
Before we talk all things 80s, remind us what Tadlop is.
We are a local musical theatre company. We like to put on a couple of shows every 6 months or so, and we're currently rehearsing for a new one, which is The Wedding Singer.
Which brings us on to why you need clothes from the 80s.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, we're just looking for anything that someone might have lurking in the back of their cupboard that they don't particularly want or need anymore, and would be happy to donate to us.
And anything in particular, or what are you most hoping is going to come forward?
Well, we're pretty much happy for whatever we get, really. A couple of wedding dresses would be quite nice, but it pretty much anything that looks from the 80s, you know, big shoulder pads, rah-rah skirts, ripped denim jeans, denim jackets, that sort of thing.
Oh, stonewash. Those were the days. Have you managed to track any such items down so far?
We have quite a few things at the moment which are helping us. We've got some nice bridesmaid-style dresses with very big puff sleeves, which are quite amusing to see everybody put them on, especially a couple of our younger ones who weren't really around in the 1980s.
What do they make of it? Because those of us who were around in the 1980s, still trying to forget a lot of it, to be honest. But those who weren't around in the 80s, what do they make of these clothes?
Well, some of them are finding them rather hysterical, looking at them and can't believe they were actually ever worn. Others are really embracing it and are trying to find the biggest ones with the biggest sleeves and the biggest toque skirts they could possibly find. So they're just embracing it and going with it, really.
So for people who aren't familiar with it, certainly they may have seen the Adam Sandler film, but remind us of what The Wedding Singer is all about.
So it's set in 1985 in New Jersey, and it follows a guy called Robbie Hart, who's a wedding singer in a wedding band. And basically it follows him whilst he gets jilted at the altar on his wedding day, and then tries to continue being a wedding singer despite being completely heartbroken, and becomes a bit of a nightmare for bride and groom people all over New Jersey. And it's about him and his friendship with this girl called Julia, who tries to sort of help him out of his rut and to see the happy side and help him find love again.
Oh, bless. And when's it going to be on? When and where are you putting it on?
It's from the 6th to the 9th of April. It's at the Abraham Darby Academy in Madeley.
And when do you need the 80s clothes by?
Well, as soon as possible would be great, so we can obviously start pairing them up with cast members and what have you, so we can make sure that everyone's got the costumes that they require. But pretty much whenever people are able to pass them on to us in whichever way.
How can people get them to you?
Well, they can get in touch with us through either our website. We have a section saying contact us on our website, which is tadlop.com, or they can message us through Facebook. Just type in Tadlop in the search bar and you should find us there. Or we're on Twitter as well.
Okay, so look, Facebook, Twitter, and online. Tadlop.com, Tadlop.com. Have you? Now, I have no way of knowing whether you're old enough, Lyndsey. I'm guessing that you're not. But have you rooted around in any wardrobes, either at home or the homes of family members, and found anything?
I have. Yes, I have myself. Well, I'm 32, so I was born in the early part of the 80s.
So you're one of the people looking at this stuff and thinking, no, I would never leave the house in that. That's just insane.
Well, kind of. Some of it I can remember. But my mom, for instance, has this beautifully hideous neon pink jacket with massive shoulder pads and black buttons, which I may actually end up borrowing for the show.
And then you'll end up really attached to it, and you'll start wearing it out on nights out.
I mean, in our last show, we did Evita, I was given this rather hideous dress to wear right at the beginning, and I hated it right up until the moment we got on the stage, and I just really embraced this hideous dress from there on. So, you know what, it's quite good fun.
Hang on, Evita Peron, were you playing Evita?
No, I wasn't playing Evita.
Oh, right, because I was going to say, Evita Peron, legendary 20th century style icon.
Oh, yeah, and she looks fantastic.
You, on the other hand?
Me, on the other hand, not so much.
So, clothes from the 80s.
Clothes, accessories, you know, and anything that you can look at that sort of screams 1980s that if anybody doesn't particularly want, we're more than happy to take.
I want to come along and see this just to see what turns up.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Tadlop.com, get in touch via the website or Facebook or Twitter. Lyndsey Bird from Telford and District Light Operatic Players. Thank you so much. Do let us know what you find.